Welcome everybody to the one-stop shop for talking shop. It is the Sweat Shop in here. It is me, your host, Sweats, and my co-host, the Maestro. What's up, man?
Hey, not much.
First of all, I'm gonna say right off the bat, congratulations to the German.
Oh yeah,
Congratulations to the German.
Mr. Hellman.
Yes, Mr. Herman, spelled like German.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Perfect game. Doesn't happen too often.
Nope.
At all. Perfect games.
Yeah.
Now, I would make a joke like saying it's the Oakland Athletics and it was bound to happen to them at some point in time this season. However, nobody else has done it against them. So, props to the German. And only 99 pitches at that. That's a good feat.
Yeah. Well, I not only was it, a perfect game. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. It's not like a no-hitter, whatever. We haven't seen a perfect game since what? 2012, something like that.
Yeah, was it Holiday? Or no, was it somebody else?
I think it was King Felix.
Was it Felix?
I think so. I think he was the last. I think he was the last one to do it in 2012.
Wow.
But yeah, it's been a good minute since we've seen a perfect game.
And he got lit up his start before.
The previous two starts.
Yeah.
He got lit up.
Yeah.
In fact, I almost benched him because he's on my fantasy team. I almost benched him. I'm like, this dude has crapped the bed 2 starts in a row. And I was wild. I don't know if I want to put him out there because I don't know how many. But then I was like, nah, it's the Athletics. Like, he'll at least do okay. And then he did much better than okay.
Man.
Yeah. Efficient.
Oh, that's right. 12 was a weird year because there were 3
perfect games.
3 perfect games in 12.
That is crazy.
That's right. Because I was like, what do you mean? And then 3 perfect games in 12. Matt Cain had a perfect game.
Ooh.
Philip Umber had a perfect game, and Felix.
Oh my God!
Philip Umber had only 96 pitches to complete that perfect game. That's crazy.
That's a name you don't hear.
No.
Philip Umber.
Nope. And then it was Roy Halladay before that. I was thinking Roy Halladay, but they had 3 literally bop, bop, bop.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the ones that are most impressive, like Roy Halladay's was a 1-0 game. Felix Hernandez was a 1-0 game. Like that's so right. Much pressure.
Yeah, no, this one we still put up quite a few runs.
Yeah.
So like even if didn't get the perfect game or no hitter, it was still just He was just cruising. He was on cruise control. He was just mowing them through, and there was even like a little delay.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're putting up runs, so he goes out to the bullpen to toss some pitches just to stay in rhythm and all that other kind of stuff. Yeah, that was. It was actually I didn't start watching it from the beginning, but probably around like the 5th inning is where I started watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh man, he's like dealing. And all of a sudden they start mentioning it, like not by name, but they were mentioning on commentary. And I'm like, all right, now I'm glued. So I'm watching the whole rest of it happen. I'm like, oh my God, if he can pull this off, because he was even considered on the chopping block. Like he might not have even had a starting job.
I mean, his ass still might be going somewhere. He just had a perfect.
I don't think so. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's been the most aside from Garrett Cole, he's been the most consistent starter, which is saying something.
My goodness,
because it's been a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah, well, I mean, congrats, man. I mean, it's just something that every fan wishes for their team to have like some sort of like milestone no-hitter, perfect game.
Yeah. I was chewing my nails.
It
was a nail biter, and I was like, ooh, like each time it was like throwing the pitch in. They was throwing some stuff in there like right down the middle. I was like, oh my God.
It's weird. Like I didn't get any I was asleep, but I didn't get any notifications on my phone like saying like, hey, this is
that's weird.
No hitter watch or perfect game watch or anything like that.
Usually everything like blows up.
Blows up. I had like nothing on my phone. All I just saw was the aftermath, like perfect game. I said, God damn.
Jeez.
I woke up in the middle of the night. I said, God damn, went back to sleep.
Maybe it's because they don't want to subject anybody to watch the Oakland Athletics.
I mean, that's fair. Nobody goes to those games. Was it in Oakland?
Yes.
Oh, it was like a nice quiet.
Well, yeah, it was like nobody was there.
Yeah, it was like COVID times.
Pretty much.
It was like a COVID game.
Well, it would have been more full if it was COVID. Because they at least put the stand-ins.
They put the stand-ins,
the cardboard cutouts.
Yeah.
And even those cutouts would be like, sell the team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, it was actually a really weird. Oh, I texted you about that one game where they put 25.
Oh, the Angels game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angels put 25 on who?
Oh my gosh, who was that they put?
Colorado.
Colorado, yep. And weren't they in? They were in Colorado.
In Colorado. No, it's always in Colorado.
Yeah.
You can't not put up 25 in Colorado. I guess you're gonna get some runs out there.
I mean, but they put up 23 before it was what, the fifth inning?
It was like fourth inning, dude. It was fourth inning, and they put up 23. I was like, I looked at the box score. I went whoop 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 whoop, and I looked like, like
wait, you just wanted to make sure it wasn't 2-3. It was
23. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like I don't like. It's almost like it just reminded me it's like a painful memory, but it reminded me of like Game 5. I think it was Game 5 against St. Louis. The Braves were playing St. Louis, and whatchamacallit was on the mound. Fuck me, I can't remember his name now. He's not even in the league anymore. But he's not. But I was like, ooh, I can't wait to go. Like, I can't wait to turn on my game. I was driving to work. Blah blah blah. I was about to teach a lesson. I like got on my phone. Boop boop boop. Had my phone on. About to turn on the game. I saw 10. It was inning number 1.
Oh no!
It was 10-0. Inning number 1. I said, well, fuck. No point in turning on this game now. Game is over.
Yeah.
Game's done. Can you imagine? You're sitting there in Colorado rooting for your team. All of a sudden, you went to the bathroom and got some food or something?
Yeah. Yeah, you're waiting in the food line.
You're in the food line, get a beer, you coming back. It's 20-0?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like the whole lineup has batted around at least once.
Yeah.
And you just wanted to get a hot dog.
You miss Ohtani's 2 home runs, Mike Trout's 2 home runs, you miss everybody's home runs.
Yeah.
They're all over the fucking place.
I mean, every single player in that lineup had at least 1 RBI.
Yeah.
After the 4th inning. That is insane. Because usually there's like that one guy that still goes like 0 for 4. Like he didn't get a piece of it,
Yeah.
Everybody in that lineup got a piece.
No, it's wild. But I just that is so confusing to me. Like I mean, I know the Angels are better this year, and clearly they are.
They're better.
They are better this year. I don't know if they'll make the playoffs, but they are better this year. It's tight up in that area, up in that race. So I mean, but neither here nor there. I was just like, that's to be at a game or watch a game like that, because I didn't see it either, because again, it was on the West Coast. I was probably asleep. I wasn't asleep, because I texted you that night.
Yeah.
And then I went to sleep because I checked I was in bed looking at my phone. I said, what the fuck? No, I got a notification for that. That's what I got a notification for. It was like, look at the score. ESPN was like, oh, what the fuck? Like,
everybody was like,
there was some WTF shit. I said, damn, that's crazy as hell. But talking about Ohtani's like, just nobody's going to get any votes for this MVP, dude.
No, I was going to say, this is especially with Judge being out for like 2 weeks or something.
He's going to get MVP right now. Like he could just shut it down right now and get MVP.
No. Yeah, I mean, but there really is nobody close in the conversation at this point.
No.
Like you can't even think of any sort of standout players that are because like he not only is he like just clubbing home runs.
What's he got?
Out of his mind?
27 now? Yeah, 27, 28 home runs. He's batting over 300.
Yeah. And he's also dealing. Like
he got the highest OPS, and he had it under 3 ERA.
Yeah, like it's insane.
What? Like leading in strikeouts or second in strikeouts, some shit like that.
Yeah, and I think
he's second in strikeouts or something. Well, no, he might be leading in the AL though.
He might be. I know he's like tops
because I know Strider's leading in the NL, so he might be.
I mean, he's got who's he got? He's got 127 strikeouts.
Yeah,
this season so far. 3.02 ERA to this point.
What is it?
So he's got 127 strikeouts and a 3.02 ERA.
Shit.
And then you put that with the hitting. I'm trying to find the. No, I don't want the career. I want the stats of this year. Here we go. Then he's got 28 home runs, 64 RBIs, 11 stolen bases with a 307 average.
Yeah. That's where he's at.
Like,
so right now,
it's not even close.
He's fourth in batting average in the AL. I'm talking about AL. He leads in home runs. He's second in RBIs.
Jesus.
He's second in strikeouts. He's third in hits.
So he's like top 5 in everything. Literally every category except maybe fielding.
Insane. Yeah, except for fielding.
But even then he might be. I don't know. You never know.
Damn. That's stupid as fuck. Honestly.
Yeah.
That's stupid as fuck.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever bbeen more wrong.
No, that shit don't even make no damn sense.
Although to be fair, when I was ragging on him, he was not this good.
No, but he was on his way. He could see it. Like he was on the come up.
I would have never seen this.
No.
Nope.
This
is ridiculous. Like this
literally. Just do one more or two more of these seasons and then just retire. I'm putting you in the Hall of Fame and I won't even think twice about it.
Nope.
Nobody's ever done this. Like, it's so fucking
No, because we like before that, people were talking about how like Mike Trout was a generational athlete. And then Shohei goes, hold my beer.
Facts.
Hold my sake.
Yeah.
And it's just, he's just like, this is a fun time for baseball because there are a lot of great young players right now. You got your Trout, you got your Judge, you got Ohtani, you got your Sotos, you could even throw Harper in the mix there because he's still on the younger side.
Yeah, he's like early 30.
Yeah,
30.
Like he's kind of hitting the end of it, but I mean he's been in there for a while. Like.
Yep.
This has been a solid generation of exciting players to watch.
He's only 25. Acuña's only 25. Like
Acuña.
Crazy.
We got Acuña.
Matt Olson is.
You got Rafael Devers there.
Yep.
For Boston. I'm trying to think of some of the other like real players to watch.
There's a bunch of that. That Luis Arias. That dude got 396. I know he's only slap hitting, but I mean, he's
he's still it takes a little bit to he's probably one of the ones that's really benefiting from no shift.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
In my opinion, because I bet you his average would not be close to that if they were able to shift on him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of it's a lot of good young players, man. They're making their marks, making all that stuff happen for themselves. Like it's really, really good. I mean, Acuna is about to hit 40-40. It looks like he's on his way. Like, just depends on how hot he gets with his home runs, but like, he's gonna be real close to 40-40. If not, he's gonna be like 30. He's gonna hit like 65.
I think he's bases. I think he's done it already. Hasn't he done not 40-40, but he's done 30-30.
He's done 30-30.
But with like 40, I think he did 40 of one and 30 of another.
Yeah. He had like 30. He had 40 home runs and
I think it was like 30-something stolen
30-something stolen bases. He's in the 30-30 club, but it's rare. You're talking about like 3 players have done 40-40.
Yeah, there's not many.
And it's Soriano, I believe he's one. It's Bonds and it's Mays. Like, I think that's it. That's the list.
Yeah, it's not many.
40-40 club is very rare. It's rarer than the perfect game. So, like,
we're not talking about the Jay-Z club either.
No, which I've never.
That's different.
So sad.
Actually, well, who? Actually, there's more people than I thought in this.
Are there?
Mm-hmm.
Who else is in there?
Jose Canseco.
Oh, steroids,
Jose.
I forgot about Jose.
Yeah, you can't.
Oh, it's A-Rod. It's A-Rod.
A-Rod's in there. Yep.
A-Rod, and I think it was before his Royce. I don't know. 40.
That was 98.
It was young.
That was Mariners A-Rod.
Yeah.
So he's at least on the cleaner side.
Yeah, he's on the cleaner side, A-Rod.
Yeah.
Which he was nasty. Let's not forget. And so was Soriano.
He was nasty before that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shit, the motherfucker won like how many MVPs? 4?
Yeah, something like that.
Some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't start getting. Not until he met Rafael Palmeiro. He didn't start the Roy's till he met Rafael and them.
Yep.
Till he met Rafi. That's when he started getting hot with that shit. Because I think Rafi was on that squad, wasn't he?
I think so.
He was on that squad. I'm pretty sure. That 2001, 2002 squad.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny as hell. Oh my.
I was looking at the standings, and like some of this is still wild to me. Like the fact that Tampa Bay is still just out here ripping.
Yeah.
Like they're just killing it. But
we're
like
gaining on them.
But you're not
gaining on them, though.
As far as like we're
gaining half back.
Best record, yeah.
Best record.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gain on them, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like, but Atlanta, there's like a certain expectation because they've been good the past couple years.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Even though they're like, there's still like some talent disparity in some ways, but like, I mean, Strider's been killing it, Acuna's been killing it.
Yeah,
like you have your centerpieces of like people you can pick out.
Yeah,
but like when we're talking about like Tampa Bay, there's still it's just like, how are they doing it? Who is fueling this? Who is fueling the
Randy makes me Randy.
Randy makes me Randy. He's a rose in the rain.
Shout out to Paul Clark.
Oh,
Randy makes me Randy.
Randy makes me Randy. Oh my gosh! But it's but you're like looking at that, like the whole AL East. You're looking at it, and it just kind of like you scratch your head because you're thinking Toronto was supposed to be this mega team.
Yeah,
they're very mid. Yankees comparatively are mid. They're not doing terrible, but it's still like not where they're supposed to be. And the top two teams are Tampa Bay and Baltimore right now.
Yeah.
And
I don't think Baltimore's going to anywhere.
No. I mean, it's like it's totally not what you expect or what you've seen out of the AL East for the past probably like 30 years.
I can see the Rays dropping off, but I don't think Baltimore's going anywhere.
I mean, they'll probably still hover around this mark. You know what I mean? They're not Tampa Bay, I think, will cool down eventually. I mean, the thing about Tampa Bay is, and I think they might have this. Yeah, they definitely have this. The record at home, 34-10.
Yeah, they're killing it at home.
Insane.
They're killing it at home right now.
Like that has to be because away they're 22-18, which is real close to 500.
It's 500. That's what he's they're 500 team away.
Yeah. So
which makes it dangerous in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, if they can lock in that home field advantage,
right?
Obviously, that'll be good for them. But like, I feel like at some point, that's gonna, they're gonna taper off a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that AL East, and then you're just kind of, and then you go AL Central. That's just a crapshoot to me. I think they're all just sort of like, except for Kansas City.
Well, we just
we know Kansas City's just like, yeah. Whatever,
we just played the Twins. We swept them, right? We just swept the Twins, and it was interesting because, like, they got Rocco Baldelli as their manager.
Yeah,
decent manager. It was weird though because the last game, I think it was the last game or second to last game. Yeah, second to last game. We were fucking them up. Like we hit 5 home runs in like 2 innings. Like we just knocking home runs. Not one. I didn't see the catcher. I didn't see the pitching manager. I didn't see a pitching coach. I didn't see anybody go out there and just settle his ass down. They did not go. Like Acuna hit a home run, and there was nobody. And then Olsen and Riley hit it was crazy. Like they all hit a home runs, and then the next inning, Acuna hits another home run, and then Ozzie hits a home run. It was like nobody went to the mound and be like, hey. Like, hey, settle down. I don't know what the fuck they say over there. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
I don't know what they say at that point. Maybe that's why they didn't go over there because they're like, I don't know what the fuck to tell them. Like, it's the Braves. I don't know what to say.
There's nothing I can say.
Right.
It's like there's nothing I can say to it's just like
too late at that point.
You're just gonna get ripped.
Yeah, you get fucked up. Meanwhile, the Mets are just fucking tanking.
Yeah.
They're tanking,
and they were supposed to be this big powerhouse too,
as always. But they're really, I mean, they're 17 back.
Yeah,
they're 17 back, dude.
Yeah, that's real. That's real bad.
They're closer. I mean, they're close to the Nationals. The Nationals. The Nationals are going to catch them.
They might.
I think the Nationals are going to catch them. They got a bunch of old dudes on that squad, which always worried me from the jump street. They got a bunch of old dudes on that squad. They got Pete Alonso, who all he does is hit home runs and does nothing else. He's like Kyle Schwarber, except there's no Bryce Harper on that squad. You know what I mean? There's no Harper or
there's nobody else to kind of like
nobody there. Like that squad, like on paper, they say like they're going to be good, but I look at that roster, I just don't see it, man. Like I don't see it.
Yeah.
Lindor, okay, he's good, fine. Pete Alonso, he hits home runs. Jeff McNeil, he's there for average. But like,
but I mean, a lot of those pitchers though, like like the Carrasco was supposed to be somebody to kind of elevate things. He's been meh.
But he's also older. Like,
yeah. Like Quintana was supposed to be there. He's like gone. I think he's like done.
He's done.
He's pretty much done.
Yeah, well, I mean, Diaz didn't help. But like,
like even your outfield, the outfield's on the older side. Like Starling Marte, Mark Hanna.
Yeah.
Like
and Vogelbach gets their DH, man. Like, are we really here for that?
He's like I don't know.
Like, come on. I know everybody's like in their 30s plus. How old is Vogelbach? Is he younger? He's 30.
Yeah,
but like
he's probably around.
Where's the youth on this squad? There's nobody under 30 except like Pete Alonso.
And even then he plays like he's that way.
No.
Yeah.
Everybody else is older. That's so weird. Like they have no youth on this squad. Everybody's old. There's no continuity. Like the lineup is at best. I mean, just the way the lineup is set up is not great. And Bucky's going to get fired again.
Probably.
Bucky's going to get fired again, even though he's not the one making these moves out here. Like I look at
he's doing what he can with what he has.
I'm not about it. Like in the NL East is tough, man.
Yeah.
Like
it's not a cakewalk.
No, it's the AL East, which is the toughest, and then it's the NL East. Like that's how tough. That's where they're at with the divisions, right?
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean those are the two to really watch. Is the East.
Yeah,
the two East divisions.
Yeah, it's far and away the AL East has always been one of the toughest, But like, that's insane. Like honestly, it's insane.
Yeah.
The fact that they're tanking so hard, and the fact that they have, I think, the biggest payroll in baseball, because I think they do.
Yeah, I think they do at this point. Yeah,
I think they do. That's alarming.
Yeah.
At least when the Yankees were paying everybody, they never were under 500. Like
right, yeah, they
were always in the mix.
They were not this bad.
No,
they were always in the mix. They were in playoff contention.
They were always in playoff contention. They were always in the playoffs.
They could never pull the trigger.
Right,
but
they were always in the playoff
contention. Yeah, they were like wild card contention, division contention. They were winning Mets aren't even sniffing it.
No.
They're not even sniffing wild card. They're 8.5 back of the wild card.
Yeah,
and there's 3 wild cards now. It's not even 2 wild cards.
Yeah, they might be able to make a run. Like they might be able to make a run or some shit like that later. But like this division,
well, I feel like they might be sellers when it comes down to it. Like I think Scherzer's going to go somewhere else.
Scherzer's got to go. Verlander's got to go. Just sell them all. Sell them all.
And try to get what you can.
Yep. They're going to keep Francisco because they just give him this gigantic fucking contract. So
unless somebody else is going to take it, and I don't think so. But Scherzer has a no trade clause, but I'm sure he's like, I'll waive it to the right place. Just let me go. Like I don't want to be here.
I don't get it, man. I really don't understand. I'm trying to understand it. Like I knew when they gave Lindor that contract, as good a player as he is, like that ain't it, man. Like like he's not changing the game like that. Like
no, not with all these other players.
Yeah,
like. Maybe when he first came in, he was like that, but he's been overshadowed.
Yeah,
I think at this point,
yeah,
there's so many other studs to build teams around that like if you're hitching the horse to him, he's
batting 224. He's got 16 home runs, but he's batting 224.
In fact, I think I was watching. I think last week it was the Phillies. The Phillies and the Mets were playing each other, and I legitimately thought it was Jose Reyes for a second.
Oh my God!
Like it was a spitting image because he like cut his hair. He
Oh
didn't have like
yeah,
the dreads and stuff anymore.
sure.
So I just saw the Mets and I saw a shortstop. Dude looked spitting image of Jose
You
Reyes.
can't tell me
I'm
that.
like, oh my God, they brought him back.
You can't tell me that Jose Reyes wasn't a better shortstop than fucking Tristan Lindor, man.
Oh man,
Jose Reyes he was pretty good.
he was good, but he wasn't he wasn't that kind of dude you're building a franchise around. Same thing with Lindor.
I know, but like, damn.
That's what I'm saying. That's where it's at.
I think he was better than him.
He's Jose Reyes 2.0.
He is. No, yeah, you're not. I mean, yeah, it's true. You're not doing anything with him.
That's it.
He's a good player, though.
Sure. Yeah, he's a great player. Not someone I'd build a team around.
No,
but a great player.
Yep. But I don't know how he's reduced himself to hitting these home runs with no average. I don't know why that's a trend. Like it's working. It's not working.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I got to tell Kyle Schwarber, I got to call him on the phone, but like that's just not working, bro. Like you get hot every now and then. You're going to hit 35.
It's a streaky thing. It's a streaky thing.
You get 35 and bat 202.
Mm-hmm. It'd be one thing if it was always winning the games, but sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't.
No. Oh, by the way, so I don't know. Like you saw that play with Schwarber against the Phillies where he completely whiffed on that baseball. So I'm at this game, right? Like, was it last week or the week before last? I think it was the week before last. But I'm at this Phillies game, Braves Phillies, right? Day game, 1 o'clock, and it's 0-0. 0-0 going into the 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
yeah,
nobody's scoring shit.
Okay, yeah, I'm following.
Okay, nobody's scoring shit all game, right? We get in the 10th, right? And this is where their fucking wheels fall off, right? So it's an easy out. It's an easy out.
Yeah,
and he fucking completely whips it. And these motherfuckers, the Philly fans, these motherfuckers giving it to him. This shit was crazy. I was like, oh, they ain't even mad at us. They ain't booing up. They mad at this dude because he was out here.
Yeah, I mean, that was
he struck out 3 times that game. Like, I mean, he had just an awful game. And then he whiffed on that fucking play in the outfield. Then we score a couple. And then Ozuna hits that home run. I don't know if you heard the call on the Phillies where he was it went viral because they were mad that he was running around. And he did like a little handshake or whatever with Ron Washington right before he went down, and they called Ron Washington unprofessional, and then like Twitter ate those dudes alive. They're like, don't you disparage the good name of Ron Washington out here. Like everybody, it didn't matter who was Phillies fans. It didn't matter. You can say whatever you want about Ozuna. You can say all that shit if you want about Ozuna. Don't bring Ron Washington into your bullshit.
No.
He's like, but now every time they do their little thing, because they said a little hand dance. Oh, look, a little hand dance. So now the Braves announcers are like, oh, they're doing a little hand dance every time they gets a home run. So now it's a whole thing. It's fucking great. But I was there for that game. I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh, that's an out. And it went right.
It should have been an out.
I was like, oh, it went right by him. And then literally I said, oh, there's something big's about to happen right now. And then he hit that fucking 3-run shot. I said, game over. Yep. That's it. Shit.
That's where you blow it.
Fucking wonderful. Like it was so good. But anyway, to me, like watching Kyle Schwarber do that shit, like that's why. Like, why are you even out here? Talking about to me, like all of us, if his WAR was 2, that shit just dropped to 1. And that game by itself, he completely fucked up that game solely on himself.
Yeah.
Wins above replacement. Yeah, he lost that one. That just dropped him shit. Completely by himself. I
was gonna say it's a good thing there's other players on that team. Because if he was like the focal point,
I know. But they batted him first. He's number 1.
That's not for his average.
No, he's just here to maybe take a walk, maybe hit a home run.
Yeah,
1 out of every.
I feel like he is a true outcome guy.
He is.
He's a true outcome guy.
He is.
Like he'll get a walk every now and again.
Yeah, he'll get you a walk.
He'll also get you some strikeouts.
He'll get you a good
and then he'll get you that home run every now and again.
Yep. That's him.
Yeah.
Bryce was frustrated that game too. I didn't know he was that mad actually. like I saw and he was like slamming his back because he had a bad game too. Well, I mean, again, there's no runs on the board.
Yeah,
0-0.
It was anybody's game at that
And
point.
I was worried because Strider was starting, right?
Mm.
And I was like,
but I mean, other than that,
he got his shit together. He got his shit together. I was worried though because I was like, he may need to like take a day off or something. I don't know. Take a start off. Come back 10 days. But anyway, that's baseball happening right now. It's like a lot of things, a lot of little things in baseball. You know?
Yeah. There's like, there's a couple things we knew, and then there's a couple surprises.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. And
well, let's bounce over to AEW and the NJPW with their Forbidden Door.
Oh yeah.
PPV. I watched this live at the AMC because they're showing up at the AMCs.
Okay.
So I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and watch it again at the AMC, hoping that this was going to be better than their last pay-per-view."
Oh well, I mean the Double or Nothing was.
Yeah.
Ooh, I mean that was bad. Double or Nothing was bad.
It was bad. So it's only you can only go up from there, and it was clearly much better.
Yeah. Overall, this was much better than
much better.
Double or Nothing.
Yeah, much better.
Mm-hmm.
So, they start you off with the world title.
We're not even going to talk about 0 Hour.
Oh yeah, they had a couple matches.
Because I actually thought some of these 0 Hour matches, like especially the Stu Grayson El Phantasmo one, like I like that one. I thought that was a decent match.
I actually thought they were all pretty.
Even though I know some of some people didn't care for it too much, but
what
just some of the 0 Hour matches, I thought some of these were equivalent, if not better, than some of the main card stuff.
I thought they were fine. I thought they were good matches, and I appreciated them having that many matches on the pre-show.
Yeah, so it's not just like always. I think it was just to try to get as many people as possible onto this
little WrestleMania action
onto this show, which is it's fine.
Yeah, I was all about it. So I mean, I thought the Mogul Embassy Swerve's new new hit row. I mean, it's good.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought it was good, and I
thought that was fun.
And Swerve is, the main guy doing his thing, and he's still getting that. He still has that charisma. He still gets that love.
Yeah, and then there was that little bit of play between him and Cage, because they're kind of two big personalities there.
Yep.
So
I liked it all. I mean, it was good stuff. Athena and Billy Starks. I mean, that was fine. It looked.
I didn't think this one was necessary for the 0 Hour. It was still a fine match. I just didn't think it was that necessary.
It was fine. Billy looked really green.
Yeah. I mean, she's only 18, so like.
Oh yeah, no.
Sense. Yeah. That's why I'm like I just didn't think they needed to.
Sure.
I know they're gonna once she's graduated and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty much a guarantee she's coming in.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get her that exposure or whatever, but save it maybe.
You
don't have to thrust it right away.
No need. Save it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said El Phantasmo. I didn't even know. I hadn't been paying attention. I didn't know Stu Grayson turned heel.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm at with that. So I was like, oh, he's heel now. Okay.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a neat match.
Sure. Yeah, it was good. And the Los. Can you pronounce this for me? Because
Los Ingobernables.
Ingobernables. Thank you.
Ingobernables de Japón.
Yeah. So I thought this was fine. I like a lot of the wrestlers in here.
I like watching Jeff Cobb every time Jeff Cobb pops up.
I love watching Jeff. Yep. Same. No, so I mean, I thought it was a solid just to get me ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Whet the appetite, if you will.
Yeah. And then you got into the MJF and Tanahashi.
Now, normally this would piss me off that it's first, but I like the justification for why it was first.
Me too.
I thought that was very appropriate, and I thought it really played into that dynamic well.
Yeah.
So normally I'd be like, why are you putting the AEW title on first? I was like, is some, Bret Hart, Seth Rollins, whatever, and MJF deserves better. But it's because MJF is like, I'm not sitting through all this shit.
Right. I'm not doing
it. If I have to do it, I'm doing it first.
I'm getting out of here.
Yeah. Yep. which was fantastic. It was great. And it
reminds me of like some of these indie guys. They just get out of here, then they take their suitcase, get the fuck out.
Yep, and they're gone. They roll right out.
They roll the fuck out. Oh shit! But no, I mean, I thought this was a pretty good match. I mean, Tanahashi's looking old these days. He's getting up there.
Yeah, so. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't expecting a whole lot.
Yeah.
Out of this match, especially because I think in the grand scheme of things, they wanted to showcase other matches.
Yeah.
Instead, you know what I mean? Namely the two big headliners.
Sure. Yeah.
So, if this one sort of came out and stole the show immediately, that would be it would set everybody else up for like, I just think it would have been way over the top.
It was a good match. It was a fine match. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was a fine match.
Yeah.
I thought
did what it needed to do. They told some good little story things here and there. MJF doing his little heel stuff to get the victory. Didn't make Tanahashi look weak at all. Yeah. Still the ace, that kind of deal. So I thought that was good. And I thought it was different too, because we figured going into this, a lot of these would be based in the more like match quality rather than like what kind of stories are being told and blah, 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 blah. Because really with a lot of these, there's no stories except for the Omega Ospreay. Other than that, these are just like random matchups between the two promotions, or like there's whatever.
I mean, what's great about the MJF is he kind of made a story out of it. So
that's what I enjoyed about it is he started with this story and then they told those little pieces in the match. So I actually thought this was, I know a lot of people were kind of like, like there wasn't a whole lot of work rate in this. It's like, that's fine. Like this didn't need it.
Right.
Because you were going to get that all over this card, or at least you're supposed to get that all over this card. We needed something that had a little bit more story to it.
Right.
And I thought it was well told.
Well, we're going to get into this next one, Punk and Kojima. No. Now, the most hilarious thing about this whole thing is it was almost like what I kind of predicted. Once you get out of Chicago, how's it going to be? And they booed the fuck out of CM Punk.
Yeah, well, they were already booing him on a Collision or whatever.
Yeah, because once you get him out of his space, you're gonna get booed, man. And I'm sure he's embracing it because he's a professional. He likes it. He'll take it. Like he's been a heel before. It's not like uncommon for him to be. So he'll take the boo.
I don't think I don't think he cares what he is. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's somebody where it's like, okay, we're bringing you back as this mega baby face, and then if the people don't react to it, he's not getting all pissed off. He's just like, I'm here. I'm doing my thing.
I'm doing what I do.
It's to his credit, and as much as I am not the biggest CM Punk fan, he gets the reactions. It's like we're talking about with Roman Reigns years ago. You know what I mean? And even now, like now it's more acceptable, with Roman Reigns that people aren't like booing him because he's getting shoved down our throats. Now it's more of like, okay, we're accepting his role in this kind of thing.
Right.
But like CM Punk, I think is getting that sort of treatment because he kind of has been shoved down our throats a little bit.
He has been,
especially with the attitude and blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. But he's getting the reactions, and with the reactions, people are going to want to see him do stuff, and that means money, that means business. So like, why not just go with whatever the crowd's going to give you? So if that means he's going to be a heel, or if that means it's just going to be depending on where he goes, like that's fine.
It won't rattle him. You know what I mean? Because again, he's been in these situations before. It's not like
and he's fine with that kind of stuff. What bothers me is I thought maybe with bringing CM Punk, not to kind of slight Kojima, but there was like, what the hell was the why is first of all, like giving it away, like you knew the outcome of this match going into it because it was a quarter final for a tournament that happens on AEW.
Right.
Yet you're throwing this one random New Japan guy that like doesn't really pop up.
Right.
Otherwise.
Right.
Like we've seen way more other New Japan guys pop up more often than Kojima.
Right.
So it was almost like you knew the outcome because you also knew that like CM Punk wasn't going to lose first round in that quarterfinal for the Owen Hart tournament. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I thought just like the setup of it kind of insulted intelligence in that way. It was just a matter of like when I was sitting there, I was like, okay, how are we going to get to this victory?
Mm-hmm.
And like there were some entertaining things, like when he was throwing the clotheslines, he would, do the whole Kojima thing and like, okay, get that, playing with the audience, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, that's all good.
But like otherwise, it was okay.
Yeah, it's a meh match. I mean, but they had some fun moments in there, like, and they played to the crowd. And, that's really all I can ask for at this point. I mean, Punk can't carry anybody at this point in his career. So,
no, but people think, but like, that's kind of what I feel like they're kind of banking on that. I feel like they're banking on CM Punk
hey guys,
being able to carry stuff.
He ain't Daniel Bryan. He's not Omega. He's not even Roman Reigns. Like I'm just throwing it.
But a lot of people think he is.
A
lot of people think he's still the Ring of Honor CM Punk from like 2001, 2004.
Guy.
Like people were going like for that. I don't know if you watched that first episode of Collision at all.
No, I did not.
The 6-man thing when he and Joe, like Samoa Joe, got in the ring, people were going nuts. I'm like, bro, this isn't 2004. Like,
right?
They're not. Both of them are nowhere near where they were back then, and even back then, it was okay.
Right. Well, we can move on from this. They had,
but overall, that was fine.
Yeah, it's a fine match.
Yeah, I do want to mention one thing with that. I did like when Kojima dropped the elbow. Hit him in the penis.
Yeah,
I enjoyed
right
that.
In the dick.
Yep.
He did hit it right in the dick.
They were like, "Ooh, it looks like he hit him below the belt." I was like, "I love it."
Yeah,
that I love.
Dick. I know he didn't do that on purpose, but that's hilarious. So they had the triple threat, or I'm sorry, what do they call that? A fatal 4-way, or are they calling it 4 pillars? What are you doing here?
No, it's not the pillars.
This was fun to me.
I enjoyed this one.
Yeah,
I enjoyed this one very much. Most of the Orange Cassidy's putting on bangers again.
Yeah,
with the International Championship, but I also love watching Shibata and Zack Sabre Jr. Just in general, those two guys in any matches are great to watch.
Agreed.
And then I thought Daniel Garcia, even though he's a great actual technical wrestler, I thought him being more of the entertainer in that aspect, I thought was kind of a fun,
it worked out,
dynamic to watch.
It worked, he's supposed to be part of that group, right? So he's the one doing the entertainment. Yeah. I'm into it.
Even though he could go toe to toe with those guys technically and all that stuff. And he did. He kept his own in there, but also at the same time he was getting into that persona, which I think was fantastic. And the only thing which I guess this is kind of where they're going with this, but the ending, it was just not a strong, like it was somebody else getting that and then Cassidy taking advantage of it to get the win.
I liked it.
You know what I mean? I guess there's only so many ways you can do it without making someone look weak and it just wasn't as decisive as I would have liked it to be, because this is coming off of the pay-per-view where he literally won a battle royal to defend his title,
right? And
now he's barely scraping by in a fatal 4-way.
He's a hooker by crook guy, though. He's not gonna. I don't think he's the type of character who's gonna definitively win anything, and nor should
he. Has.
I know, but
he has.
In this,
even if it's off Garcia, it doesn't have to be off Zack Sabre Jr. or Shibata.
Sure,
Garcia, which it's the one that took it. Garcia was the one that took it anyway. So
yeah, I'm just saying, I get it. The whole character of Orange Cassidy, maybe can develop into something else, but I kind of like that.
It was just kind of like a heel. That's like a heel move, though. I know you got to do what you got to do to win, but that's like a heel move.
Sure,
you know what I mean. You feel good about winning that way,
Orange.
Or I guess doesn't it matter? You know what I mean?
Isn't that part of his character? He didn't care.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's a fighting champion, all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So it doesn't really jive with the whole of
I didn't mind it.
From that.
I
was just kind of like it was a really great match, and then it was like that, and I was like, because I saw it coming, I was like, oh, he's going to push him out of the way and get it.
Yeah.
I would have liked to kick out there and then see where it went from there. Didn't have to go much longer than that.
Yeah.
But like the fact that it was like there, I was like, okay. Like I just accepted it.
Sonata and Jack Perry. The match was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was chanting for Red Shoes the whole time.
You gotta love Red Shoes.
I know.
Red Shoes is the man.
I know.
Love Red Shoes.
He wasn't even paying attention to the match from the beginning. They're like, "Hey, we're having a match." He's like, "Oh, my bad." Yeah, chant his name. No, I thought it was a fine match. However, that wasn't the big story. The big story was Jungle Jack turning heel. He's a heel.
Jungle Jack.
He's a heel.
Yeah.
So yeah, he turned heel on all of us, which is interesting.
I thought this was a sort of a strange pairing to begin with.
Yeah.
With Sonata and Jungle Boy there.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know who else you put in that scenario necessarily. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think it was just sort of the vehicle to get to, that heel turn.
Yeah,
which I enjoyed. They made it seem like it was going to be Hook though.
Yeah.
Initially.
Yep.
And then turn around, make it Jungle Boy. I think that caught a lot of people off guard.
Yeah.
That way, which was nice. And they were already like booing him anyway.
Yeah.
Like they were like the last week or so. People are already like kind of feeling it out, whatever. I'm interested to see where this is going to go for him. Because he's been a face this entire.
Well, is he going to go back to Christian? Is he going to go back to Christian and be like, "My bad, you were right this whole time"?
That's the thing. Like, because he literally just came off of that.
He did not too long ago. That's why I'm like,
I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate seeing a heel Jurassic Express.
Yeah,
with
I'm
Christian.
into it.
And he's like, you know what? You were right.
Yep, you were right. I liked how Taz, like, he was acting his ass off a little bit with that when his boy got his.
Oh yeah, and then he left the commentary.
And, the whole thing. I liked it. Again, it's a little story. Like anytime they have stories, I'm into it. Like this doesn't happen super often, but everybody has to turn heel at some point. It's always weird. It's never just like they do a lot of heel turns. Yeah, they do a lot of heel turns. It's like every week or every other week somebody's turning heel on somebody.
It's like somebody's turning one way or another.
Yeah.
It's always like
more than any other promotion.
It just doesn't have to be that way.
No, it doesn't have to be that way.
You don't have to turn somebody. You can just have them act a certain way and let the people decide.
Exactly. Here, what do we have? Oh yeah, so we had the 8-man, or is it 10-man? 10-man. 10-man tag.
Mm-hmm.
This was good. It got sloppy in the middle there, but it was good. I mean, it just got sloppy there in the middle. Like I just thought it got a little sloppy.
Yeah, there was just a lot. At one point, there was so much going on.
I think my favorite.
It was just too much. It was like overload. Like if you were like someone who gets overstimulated easy, you're like, let's calm down, hold on.
Yeah, I don't know who was in charge of producing this match, but I really enjoyed the chopping in the middle, while everybody else was like doing all types of crazy shit around the ring, and they were still chopping each other. Like those are good fun moments.
Well, like I would venture to guess the Young Bucks had something to do with that, because usually in their matches there's some kind of like fun little quirky spots like that.
Yeah.
So no, I would imagine that's like attributing to them. The one thing I didn't really love was when, like, I think it was Ishii and Moxley clotheslined each other, and then they both just like fell down.
Oh yeah.
I was like, really? Really? But other than that, I thought it was a lot of fun in the chaos.
Yeah, it was fun. Ishii is not trying to sell for nobody. It's phenomenal.
No, that's his deal though.
I know.
That's his deal. He's just
he's
literally like a gargoyle. Like he is made of stone, like everything. He's a fucking gargoyle.
You know who made him fall though? Fucking what's his name? I can't even. I keep forgetting how to pronounce his name. Which
are you talking about?
Takeshita. Thank you, Takeshita.
Yeah,
that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
He was the star of this whole fucking thing, man. Like he was.
I think that was the idea to give him his coming out party.
This motherfucker was a star out here.
Yeah,
he looks good out there, and he just looks good out there. Yep. Period.
Yeah, I think it's a good fit. I just still hate that it's the Blackpool Combat Club.
Oh, without which we call it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, but I think the group itself is a good fit.
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah. No, that's good. It was a good match. I mean, it was fun, and then they had the Kingston and Moxley thing. You know, like, are we still friends? I'm trying to.
Yeah, and they were avoided each other. Like they didn't want to like.
It was weird that he took his. It's weird that he took the kick for him or whatever the fuck it was. Like I thought it was weird.
Yeah,
I don't know if that jived with me, but it was there. They had the women's match: Toni Storm and Willow. I love me some Willow.
Mm-hmm. That was one thing. So like if we ever do another like AEW music one.
Yeah.
Her theme is always one that like gets me jazzed up.
Yeah.
Love it. Every time I hear it. I'm like, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. No, I mean it was a solid match, you know? Like it was a solid match.
Well, yeah, especially in a card that was pretty much devoid of women's matches completely.
Yep.
Like think about it. I think
women's matches.
You had this one and you had the one on 0 Hour, right?
Right. That was it. That was it.
So which I mean I guess because like New Japan doesn't have like a huge women's division type thing going on. You know what I mean? Like I know Willow's the strong women's champion.
Right.
But like, you know,
and it was supposed to be
it would have been nice to see a little bit more representation on the
I think it was supposed to be whatchamacallit, right?
It probably would have been Mercedes.
It
probably would have been, yeah.
Right. Which would have made it a bigger match.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I'm just saying, as far as representation.
Sure. No, they did have more women. They needed more women on the card. That was one of the, you could have.
Like even if it was like a women's battle royal or something, you know, I mean, they love doing battle royals on this kind of shit, you know. Could have been something else.
So then we had Omega and Ospreay, and this shit was crazy as fuck.
This was insane.
This shit was crazy as fuck. I think it probably went a little too long for me. The one thing I did not like is when Callis got kicked out.
And he came back.
And he did nothing about it.
Yeah. I didn't like that either.
That was dumb as fuck. I was like, why is he back? Are we not going to kick him out again? Like, or what's happening?
Oh, and that just in general with like, I think it might be just AEW in general, or if it was just with this pay-per-view in general.
Yeah.
But like the leniency of rules.
Right.
You know, where like records mean everything and whatever. It doesn't seem like there's like the number of matches. And I'm not talking about like the multi-man matches because I understand there's no disqualification, like no countouts, whatever. But I'm talking even like the one-on-one matches. I think almost every single one of them at some point went out to the outside and there was like not a count out to be had.
Nope.
Like
it was not
like,
great.
It's one thing if like that's a rule that's in place. There like there's no countouts in any of these matches. Cool, fine. But that was not the case. So like you had like Omega and Ospreay go out there. You know, when we get there, you had like, and there was like big segments of time that were allotted to that. And I know like big main matches kind of get that leniency, but you're having that in almost every match. And it's like, it kind of like loses the value of when you have those spots on the outside, when you see them in every single match. You know what I mean? Like, like it's just like you're going to the well so many times in all of these different matches. It's like you can't, like you're not able to put on a solid match without going outside and like kind of maneuvering around the rules, or like not even having any sort of semblance of that. Like every time it was like not even a count out to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like I barely heard like the referee even be like 1, 2, and then like
it was bad.
Not do it. It was just like totally like devoid of the rules. And it was like one of those things where it's like you're insulting the intelligence, because then when you go back to it, like let's say there was a finish on this pay-per-view that ended in like a count out or like a disqualification. You know what I mean? Then you're like, oh, so because it fit your booking, you're choosing to go with the rule here. But then when we're looking 2 matches down or 3 matches down that have done the same thing, we're not calling it.
Yeah.
To me, it's like those kind of decisions and that kind of thinking that like irks me when you're talking about like an overall show like that. So like yes, there were really cool moments, especially like when they went to the outside, but it's like those kind of like logistical things of making it like, even though most of us know it's not an actual like competition,
right?
You still have to make it look like it.
We're supposed to suspend disbelief.
Yeah, yes, the willing suspension of disbelief. That's exactly what it is, and that's why people love wrestling so much. It's because of that. But if you ignore those things that bring us into that, like it kind of ruins the illusion sometimes, especially if you want to capitalize on those moments.
Yeah.
So like something like that, where you like in the beginning, it was like really, it was toward the beginning, threw him out.
Throw him out.
And then he comes back.
Yeah,
and nothing is done. Like the referee's not even like, "What are you doing? Get out of here!" Like I told you to get out. He's just like, "All right, he's back."
Yeah, he's back.
Because now what happens? Like that opens the gate from now on to be like, well, why can't everybody do that?
Exactly.
It's not going to mean anything anymore.
Right.
When they throw somebody out, because it's like, oh, Don Callis came back and nobody said anything.
Yeah, they were in the commentary. They're like, oh, he's going to get a big fine and blah 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 and all this other stuff. Like,
well, they were trying to cover. I mean, they were trying to cover for that.
They were like, this shit is stupid. Because they were like, this shit is stupid. Let's cover this shit because it's dumb.
But that's like A+ on their end.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Covering the crap.
Because they said this is trash. Especially if you're not going to say anything to them. Yeah. Like why
you're not
going to
tell them about it, or there's no justification behind it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that is the commentary's job, to put everything over as best as they possibly can. And I thought they did a great job with that. But at the same time, don't even put him in that position.
So that suspension of like disbelief. Like I was in the moment in this match until I saw Don Callis come back out and to stay there. And I all of a sudden my attention was taken away. Like, why is he still here?
Yeah.
I thought he was kicked out. And I thought about this.
Well, he was kicked out. It's not that you thought. He was kicked out.
Right. At the time I was like, wasn't he kicked out like that? I was like, and he's still fucking here? And that was like 5 minutes of me doing this shit.
Yeah.
And instead of watching this fucking great match. So like it ruined it a little bit, like for me.
Because then it sets up. Because again, it's like sort of like insulting the intelligence, because then you're like, oh, okay, he's back. All right, what's gonna happen? Because now he's there, he's probably gonna get involved. And guess what? That's what happened.
Yeah.
But, was it like the ultimate outcome of it? Not necessarily, but it contributed. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if it was because somebody messed up. Like maybe he wasn't supposed to get kicked out that early. And maybe kicked him out super early. And then they're like, oh shit, well, you got to do this thing. So like go back out there and we'll just like forget about it. You know what I mean? Because like mistakes like that can happen.
Sure.
But at the same time, like, we like, I don't know. It's just some of the, if that's how it was booked to be, terrible. Like that part was terrible. And that annoys somebody who pays attention to those things.
Like, so at the end, right? At the end of this whole thing, they had this thing and they had a bunch of like near falls and all this shit, blah, blah, blah. Kicking out at one, all this shit like that, blah, blah, blah.
Ospreay gives him the one-winged angel and he kicks out at one.
I
thought that was cool. I normally hate after like a long period of time when somebody kicks out at one like that. But I thought that was
it was cool.
I thought it was great.
Like, he's like, you're like, bitch, like that.
He's like, no, not today.
And I did appreciate that. However, I was like, once it was over, I said, thank God. I was like honestly, I was like, this went 5 minutes too long for me. I was like, thank God.
Oh, see, I didn't feel that way. I didn't think it. I thought it was just right.
I think it went a little too long for me, but It was still a great match. It was still a great match. It was insane. It really was.
I think to me this was the match of the night.
It was the match of the night. It's not even really close. We'll get to why I think the other one wasn't the match of the night, but obviously circumstances. But Sting. So this match was terrible.
Yeah,
the 6-man tag.
I think this was meant, not that I'm saying it was meant to be terrible.
Yeah,
but I think it was meant to be sort of like the letdown, because if you're going to put those two matches back to back, I mean, people are going to blow up, like literally spontaneously combust.
No, it's insane. You need the in between. I think it went too long. I think
I agree.
Sting looked old.
I think it was too much. I think it was too much Sting.
Yeah,
too much Sting in that scenario.
Agreed.
I thought not enough Naito.
Yeah, I thought Sting died when he tried to do that cutter, and he completely missed him.
He dropped right on his neck.
Yeah, he did. I said, "Oh shit, he's dead."
You even saw Sammy be like, "Yo, dude."
Yeah, he did. He's like, "Sorry." Even after
I know you got
the ref. Yeah, the ref already came over, but then he still came over. Was like, "Are you good for real?" Like,
"Are you sure you're okay?"
Motherfucker, you 58. Are you good? Like, or 60 something. My bad.
Yeah, he's like 61 or something like that. Yeah.
Like, goddamn. Like,
but I thought it was like too much Sting on that regard, and not enough Naito. I thought this was a criminal underutilization of Naito, because he's like a top dude, and like I get pairing him with Sting, putting him against Jericho. I would have much rather seen Naito versus Jericho. I know that 100%. I think that's where it's going toward.
I know where it's going
to happen
in probably Japan, New Japan, right?
Yeah. So like, but I don't know. Like to me, that was, if you're gonna put him in a 6-man like that, I think at least give Naito some more time. I always love watching Suzuki though. Love watching the Murder Grandpa. Like I love that. And I thought it was cool that Suzuki was kind of playing into a little bit of the entertainment stuff too, because he like never does that. I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, overall it was like.
Yeah. But now we get to the main. We get to the main, which is Okada and Danielson.
Yep.
And this match, again, it was still a really good match. Unfortunately, Daniel Bryan broke his arm. Fractured that bitch. Fractured that bitch, and he still wrestled for 10 more minutes. Like, so
when you watched it, did you know?
Did I know he broke it? I knew there's something wrong.
Yeah.
I knew there's something wrong.
Because you could tell there was something wrong, but did you think it was that wrong? Like,
I didn't think you know what I
mean?
I mean, I didn't know if he was selling so much. I didn't know if he was like just overselling or whatever the case may be. But no, I was like, something's off. Like, something's off right now. And the way it ended, I was like, this is way off. Like, it's just the ending looked like it wasn't supposed to end there. It looked like it probably should have went another 10.
And like how?
You know what I mean?
Well, I think it was supposed to. I think it probably would have gone on a little bit longer.
Build up a little more.
But he was probably like, I can't.
Yeah.
And like how it ended too, it was very like unorthodox.
It was unorthodox.
I think it was just kind of like
he couldn't even get his arms. He had to use his legs. Like,
he even said it on commentary. He was like, even a label lock from Bryan Danielson at 60% is better than 100% of anybody else's, because you could tell like he was struggling to get that arm.
He had to do the ring. He almost had to do the rings of Saturn. Like that's what he's.
Yeah,
that's essentially what it was.
He like had it, but as his legs though, like he did it with the legs, and then he did that, which I thought was cool, and I thought it was appropriate.
Yes.
So when I watched it after the fact, like after we knew. That he broke his forearm.
Yeah.
And that he's going to be out for a little bit.
Yeah.
So like watching it through those lenses, I was way more impressed.
Absolutely.
Than if I watched it as it happened on Sunday without that knowledge.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because then you're looking and you're like, oh man, because like you kind of like after that you really saw when it happened.
Exactly.
You could tell, and you were like, oh shit, like right there.
Yeah.
Like I think it was like after like the elbow or something like that, or whatever. It was like it had like the sequence where it's like the tombstone on the ramp, then it brought back in. It was like the elbow, whatever, and you could see him like checking his arm. You're like, oh shit, it's probably there, or it's like somewhere around there, and yet he still did like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he did a bunch of
afterward.
shit.
And I was like, oh my God, like this dude's insane.
He's
insane. Like for doing that. Like,
it really is.
I for his own safety, I understand why WWE didn't let him
no shit
wrestle because this dude's
Absolutely.
insane.
He is insane.
I mean,
he knew the fans wanted to see this fucking match. You know what I mean? Like,
I just can't imagine. I cannot imagine that's going to be the last time.
No, it's not.
They're probably, in fact, probably next year if he's better,
mm-hmm.
and as long as Okada's good, I bet you they're gonna run it back.
Run this shit back. Yeah. I mean, it was wild. I didn't expect him to win. Like, forget it. All the things. Yeah. I know that he was going to win.
I could have expected a win. I didn't expect him to tap him out.
No, he tapped him out.
He like legit tapped him out.
Yeah, he tapped out.
Now I don't know if that was an audible. Like I don't know if that was the audible call.
I think
that was the outcome.
I think that's supposed to be the finish. They just
quickened that finish up. They sped it up and did it a different way.
They did. Yeah. I think it was supposed to be the finish, which is wild. Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe because they had Ospreay take the title off Omega, like that was sort of like a trade-off. Because you don't want it to look you want it to look pretty equal,
right?
Whatever. So, but yeah, I was kind of surprised by that. You know, because like Okada is like the New Japan prize possession.
He's the big boy,
and the fact that like Danielson tapped him out, like that's like, I mean, basically, if you have at this point. Probably Danielson go over and tap out Roman Reigns.
Right.
Probably the equivalent.
That's literally what that is. Yeah. Roman Reigns just taps out on his shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's pretty wild. I mean, I just, that caught me off guard. I know everybody was like, what just happened? And I knew people were like, people still were like, oh, this was a good match, but like something was off. And and that's why, because literally not even, a little bit more than halfway through this match, he breaks his arm. So like, that's what's going to happen. So yeah, it's not going to get that. But it was on its way because I could see them heating up somewhere, and then all of a sudden it kind of like slowed down again.
Yeah,
it slowed down again, and I was like, oh shit.
You're like, really?
Yeah. It slowed down. I was like, this is slower than I thought it would be. That's as it was happening, and then I saw him with his fucking arm, like holding it, like. And I'm like, is this like a sell job?
Well, yeah, and I think even like Kevin Kelly said at one point, he's like that arm's a passenger at this point.
Yeah,
like, that's just along for the ride.
Yeah,
And I was like, that's accurate. Like little did he know at that point.
Did he know.
I mean, the commentary probably knew. They were like, oh shit, that's real wrong.
Yeah,
I just didn't know. I just don't know if anybody thought it was like a broken forearm.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No,
that was like a nasty split.
I mean, it's a split. Yeah, that shit clean. That's a clean break.
Yeah.
That's a clean break. Yeah. But yeah, I thought this was a much better pay-per-view. They had some really strong matches on here all the way around. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I was gonna say you hope it would be because of the the combination between the two promotions. The biggest thing to see whether that's going to get pushed forward is the next pay-per-view for AEW, because then that's just going to be a sole AEW show to see if they can capitalize off the momentum of that Forbidden Door, or if they go back to a Double or Nothing, which was just straight trash.
Yeah. Well, that was the Forbidden Door, and this weekend,
specifically Saturday, July 1st, at 3 p.m. Don't forget, 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's in the afternoon.
Oh, it's 3.
It's not at night. So if you're doing any kind of barbecuing on Saturday,
damn it,
you got to watch it at 3 p.m. Or you can just wait.
I'm just gonna wait.
But it's at 3 p.m.
I'm just gonna wait.
Letting you know, Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m.
All right. I did not realize this, but now I know.
Well, because it's in London.
Fuck London.
You can't say that.
Fuck the Queen.
She's dead.
Oh, wait. Sorry.
Jesus. Do you not remember the Queen is dead?
I forgot. Fuck the King. I've been watching The Crown. Fuck that motherfucker.
You've been watching.
Fuck that bitch. Princess Diana still lives.
Oh.
I mean, she did, but
yeah. Dirty Diana.
You know what I mean. All right. Fucking London.
Oh boy. Well, there goes all of our UK viewers.
My bad, London. My bad.
You don't mean it.
We settled this back in the 1800s. We good now. We good. We good.
Okay. Even as I wear my Hacksaw Jim Duggan patriotic.
There you go.
It's gonna be the 4th. It's gonna be the 4th soon.
Hell yeah. No facts.
Yeah.
All right. So we got Money in the Bank coming up. We got some shit going down.
Mm-hmm.
We got some pretty big matches on here. Money in the Bank always has some big matches, so
yeah, aside from the Money in the Bank matches.
Yeah. So
yeah, I just feel like WWE's been churning out like each premium live event.
Yeah.
I'm like, each card, I'm like, I'm excited for this.
Mm-hmm.
Like since WrestleMania, I've been like, each one, like there's not been one where I'm like, you know what? Meh.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for this one.
Now I know like Night of Champions, we were kind of like with the outcome, but
yep,
still like the matchups they have here, very intriguing.
Indeed. Well, they got the Rousey, Shayna, and Liv Morgan is back.
Now, and why would you go ahead and start with that one?
Well,
After I just hyped it up, hyped up how good this card looks, and then you go ahead and lead with that one.
Well, we got to start. We start from the bottom. Now we're here, so we start from the bottom right now. Damn. But yeah, I mean, yes, this is probably the worst match on the card. It could still be pretty good, though.
It could. It could. Yeah. I mean, just looking at all the other ones, I'm gonna say no, and hopefully I'm pleasantly surprised.
That's all we can hope for.
But
this could be a bathroom break.
The only thing is, as far as the outcome goes, that's where I'd be a little curious. Because
I'm also curious.
Like, because since really why Ronda and Shayna have the belts is because Liv Morgan got hurt in the first place.
Exactly.
And so this was kind of like, I don't know if this was the original direction or if this was like, oh crap, she's injured, so we got to make the switch.
Right.
But like, I don't see a reason to take the belts off of them at this point.
Why? No reason.
Like, even though Raquel and Liv were the former champions,
who cares?
I think people care about the tag team because now this is like an actual tag team.
Yes.
Like, this is like an actual tag team that worked together. They should have been tag team champions way before this.
Absolutely.
But now we're getting that. Like, I don't see a reason to give the titles back to Liv and Raquel, even though they were like the champions that never lost it, whatever, and then like get back on whatever other path.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I guess that's kind of where I'm thinking of it as like, okay, the outcome will be interesting to me to see if they just like go, do they need it?
No.
Would anybody care?
I don't know, maybe.
Because I don't think people care about Liv like that anymore. It's not like last year when like Money in the Bank happened last year and everybody was on the Liv train.
They were on that Liv train.
They were, and they gave her the belt. Look what happened.
They did put the belt on her.
Nada.
Put the strap on.
Partially was the booking, but like,
yeah, the booking was so trash. Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, it was kind of lackluster. I don't think people are still, you know, living on a prayer like that.
I'm always living on a prayer.
Oh, you are.
Always.
YOLO.
Liv, come see me. Come see me. Jesus. Listen, apparently my Riz is master level. Okay, my Rizzy Riz is out here master level.
Master Riz. The head Riz master.
I still got it. Oh
Lord.
Gunther and Matt Riddle. That should be fun.
That should be fun.
Be fun.
Yeah, I don't think the belt's going anywhere.
Unless Randy Orton come out and do some shit. I don't know.
I was gonna say, if anything, I think Randy Orton would do it the other way.
I know he might do it the other way.
Yeah.
I know he's supposed to be coming back soon, right?
If he's allowed to, yeah.
I heard he's on his way back. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cody and Dominic.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Well, they're gonna boot the shit. I mean, this is just a heat mag. He's just a goddamn heat magnet.
Yeah. But it's gonna be just to see, like, is Cody gonna get a clean win here, or is there gonna be some fuckery that actually leads to a loss?
Oh, could be. But I think it's good to elevate Dominic as well. I think it's just another.
I think just having the match at this point with Cody Rhodes, who's arguably the hottest face in the company.
Right. I'd say second hottest, but yeah.
Well, that's why I said arguably.
Yeah.
Arguably. But you're having arguably the biggest heel in the company. Like you're like, it's those two forces coming together.
Yeah.
At this point, like,
he is heel central right now, man.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever imagined him getting that type of response.
No.
I don't think he ever imagined that.
No. But he does so great at it. I don't know if it's just like naturally, like if he's not even trying, or if
he got a little bit of his dad in him. He got a little bit of his dad in him.
Yeah.
Got a little Eddie in him,
Oh, Jesus.
Great heel.
It's true. The Latino heat. Somebody's Latino heat.
He got his mommy. You know what I mean?
He does have his mommy.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Rhea?
That'd be great. Where the fuck is Rhea?
There's ladders and everything. It's a perfect place to do it. It's not a ladder match, but it'd be the perfect place to do it.
Oh shit!
Come on, tell me it would be. That would be Chef's kiss. I tell you what, if that would happen, that's automatic match of the night for me. I don't care what else happens. Gunter could chop the hell out of Riddle, and they all do like a straight up just beat the crap out of each other.
That might be match of the night. They might fuck around and have match of the night over there. Gunter and Riddle.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I think that is a dark horse contender for match of the night.
They might fuck around and have match of the night.
Yeah,
I can see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on how much time they give.
But not if Dominic goes, where the fuck is Rhea? Oh my god.
God damn, that was so funny to watch. Oh god.
Yep.
So we got the women's Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Got Lynch in here, Stark, Vega, Bailey.
I was gonna say it's a very interesting field because there's a lot of interweaving.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's the only one that's kind of like on the outskirts is Zelina. Everybody else has some bullshit.
So it's like if everybody's beefing against each other, and Zelina just like quickly like,
yep, it doesn't look.
And gets it. Like it could be that sort of dynamic, but
it could be. I think they might give it to Io, maybe.
I think so too, just because like the damage control dissension.
Yeah.
Especially if like Io gets it, cashes in, wins the belt, and Bailey doesn't win the belt. You know what I mean? Like that kind of like get going against each other.
Yeah.
In that way, I could see that. But like there was also like a little bit of tinge with like I don't think they'd give it to Trish Stratus, even though that's like another accolade. She's already a Hall of Famer, so they don't have to add an accolade.
No, they don't.
But the whole like they just paired up Zoe Stark and Trish, but I think but the end game is obviously to have those two against each other to then elevate Zoe. So it's like, are they going to fast track it, or is that going to play out for a little bit longer? As much as like Becky Lynch is the big name here, I don't think that's the direction they're going to go.
No, I don't think so either.
That would be the easy way out, I think.
Yeah, it would be easy way out. It would be, but I don't see it. It's not necessary.
No, I don't think so either. I think there's honestly, between the only ones that really I don't see are like Trish. No, I don't think so. And even Bailey.
Yeah,
like Trish, Becky, Bailey, I don't think will cut it. But any of the others, it's a possibility. Like Zoe Stark, I could see it.
Sure.
Selena, I could see it because if everybody's, involved in some other bullshit or whatever, plus they've been kind of pushing her a little bit to get, that next, the next like star there.
Right.
Looking for that next like Latino star.
Sure.
On the female side. So right now they don't really have that.
No.
So, but you know, I do like your call of Io Sky though. I think I think that might be like the way they go.
I think so.
Because they're also trying to push her too.
Oh, absolutely. Rightfully so. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so they got the men's ladder match, Money in the Bank. And they threw Logan Paul in here, right? Just to keep everybody's mind.
That annoys me.
I mean, he could win this bitch. Him and Seth. Right?
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. He could win it.
But he didn't need Money in the Bank to face Roman Reigns.
No, he didn't. I don't know.
So why?
Well, he gets surprise attack. He can do surprises. Pow.
Well, what is he going to have PSI there to get him or whatever?
PSI.
Was it not his name? Was his
I said, what are you talking about the air for? Air pressure? I think his name is KSI or something.
PSI.
I said, I don't know.
Pretty goddamn their PSI coming out. Dressed like a bottle again.
That's great.
Whoops.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Got PSI.
That's great. I'm still not sure now that he's in here. I think I had Damian Priest winning this thing. No, I'm not so sure.
So I originally hoped LA Knight. That's my hope and dream.
Right.
But they're like really pushing him. So now I feel like that's almost a too obvious choice.
Oh, LA? Yeah. I mean, true.
Dude's getting reactions though.
Oh, he is.
You know, he's
all the time.
Like he might be, other than maybe like Seth Rollins, as far as like an individual character. You know, like I'm excusing the bloodline because that's like a whole other level right now. But like other than Seth Rollins, I think that dude is most over.
Yeah.
I think it's like bloodline. We're all the way over here because that's like next level.
Yep.
Other stuff. Then you got like Seth Rollins over as all hell, and then LA Knight's like right there. So, right, but I think that might be too obvious. So here's my thought: what I would love.
Okay.
Because if you noticed, and some people have pointed this out already, but if you noticed, over the past like week or so, Ciampa just came back, and he brought back his old theme. Baron Corbin had a match with the NXT champion, Carmelo Hayes, brought back his old theme.
Yep.
In this Money in the Bank, what if we get the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne back? And he just comes in and tears shit up. And it's no longer Butch. Because like when you think about it, like putting all these guys together, when you just have him as Butch, you're like, he's an afterthought. But if you remember what Pete Dunne did, that changes the game.
Pete Butch Dunne.
No, not Butch. Get it out of there. He's not a bushwhacker. R.I.P. 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 But I would love to see that. I would love to see them totally abandon the Butch thing, and he just uses like Pete Dunne, and he just comes in and wins it. He's like, I'm a huge Pete Dunne fan. And he's like, I'm done. I'm done fucking around. Yeah. You know, like I'm done with that shit. Yeah. Because like when he and Walter at the time, but now Gunter fought for that NXT UK championship.
Yeah. Oh. Ridiculous.
Oh, and people are now like because Gunter is over too.
He's over. He's over.
So like people are looking for that now. So what better time to bring back the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne than right now? And just completely out of nowhere. Just destroy the whole thing. Just blow it up.
I hope.
But I do like LA Knight. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad if LA Knight.
If he comes back as a Bruiserweight Pete Dunne, I'll be into it so hard. Yeah. Win or lose, I'm into it.
The only thing I don't like, because you said about Damian Priest, the only way I would like if Damian Priest wins is if then in the World Heavyweight title match,
Finn Balor wins. Yeah,
because then it's like the paranoid. Then that's the paranoid sort of thing where it's like they're running mates. Yeah, but Damian's got the briefcase; he could cash in at any time.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
And there's already a little dissension.
Yep, there is. So it's on its way.
It's already in that little.
Mm-hmm.
So it would just add that fuel to the fire.
It's true.
I don't think they want to. I think it's too soon to break up that group, though.
Oh yeah, no, they still got a little bit of legs left.
And plus, Damien's got time. He doesn't need the briefcase for that.
No. Then we got the tag match: Usos versus the other bloodline, the Civil War.
The other bloodline.
It's a Civil War action.
It is.
The bloodline split.
Uso blood. Oh my gosh! Speaking of bloodline, this is like a little sidebar. Did you see this about the bloodline that's not in WWE at all? Did you hear that shit about Jacob Fatu?
No, what happened?
How he was scamming charities.
No.
Hear that? So I guess like these, like I guess this one charity,
Jacob.
paid for his flights and stuff and whatever, and then he canceled because there was a family emergency or something like that, which like totally understandable. But then they were like, yeah, that's okay if you just like pay us back. And like, it's one thing if it's a promoter or whatever, like something like that's for profit, that's a little more understandable. But when you're doing like, because then like, I guess he apparently he like ghosted everybody from like this charity trying to reach out and like cut the money.
No.
I read that, and apparently that's not the only one that's happened to.
Oh, Jacob.
Yeah.
That's not
that was sad. So who won't be part of the Civil War is probably Jacob.
I know. I've been really wanting him to make his way.
Yeah,
I really do too.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
God damn it.
Especially if he did that to like Connor's Cure or something like that.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Yeah, it wouldn't work. But anyway, that was a little sidebar. Going back to the Bloodline Civil War. This is gonna be interesting. Because now this is like the next little chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, where does this go? Like, is it where like here what I see is at some point again, Solo's taking the pin. And then that's gonna get the dissension there, Roman and Solo button heads. And then where does that go? You know, that's another part of the story. Because like if you think about it, if Roman Reigns just comes in, or if Roman Reigns and Solo come in and they just put a whooping on the Usos and beat them, it's like, okay, that's it. Like, I feel like that's kind of like, all right, that's it.
Yep.
Next thing.
Yep. That's not happening.
No. But also, the absence of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, because on SmackDown,
exactly what I was thinking.
Because on SmackDown they're fighting pretty deadly for the titles, which that's interesting in and of itself.
Yes,
that should be fun. But there's the absence of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, so how I feel like that's going to play into it in some way, shape, or form.
Agree.
Like I feel like they will make their presence known in that capacity. How it will work, I don't know, because like let's say, right, it was like when Jimmy was trying to help Jay out in his U.S. title match and it backfired. That could be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They're going to try to help the Usos out. It backfires. Usos end up losing. Now they're like, yo, bro. And now there's another. Now we got like a triangle
vibes. Yep.
But it's all tag. It's like still like tag based. So now you're getting Usos and Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn again, potentially for title. You know what I mean? Like,
yep. Now it's a title line.
It's a different kind of beef.
Yep.
Plus, like, I don't love where they're going, like right now with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, because I don't know if you've seen any of this.
I have. They've been arguing. They're
like arguing, and like Sami's like, you're a rageaholic.
Yeah.
And like while it's entertaining, it's like, oh no, we're now going to like these side bit things.
Right.
Rather than like staying part of that main story.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, oh no. I feel like there's more. I feel like there's still more juice to squeeze.
There is
out
more
out of those lemons,
especially with Sami Zayn in there. Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Absolutely.
So like I don't know. That's kind of like
it's a lot of ways to go with this.
Yeah. But that's what makes this exciting.
Exactly.
Like thinking of all of those possibilities. And I know we say this almost every time we talk about this, but where else are we getting this? This
is going to be the main, by the way.
Huh?
This is going to be the main. Seth Rollins going to get Bret Hart again.
It might be first.
What?
That might be first.
What's first?
The World Championship match. heavyweight championship. That might be first.
It could be. It could be.
I think it. Well, here's because here's a question. Do you think there will be a cash in that day?
It's possible. I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no as well, and here's why. Because you notice on this card, there's no women's title match.
Yep, I did notice.
There's a tag title match.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no women's title match.
That's
there's no Raw women's title, no, or whatever they call it now, the Women World Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
And the whatever women's WWE Championship. I forget.
Yep. No match.
But there's no women's match, so there can't be a women's cash in unless they're like planning an impromptu thing.
Right.
But I think that's going to be more for SmackDown. I think SmackDown's getting a title defense.
Okay.
I forget who's defending, but I think SmackDown gets a title defense.
All right. So they're saving Asuka and Charlotte for SummerSlam then?
I think maybe that might be. I don't remember which one's getting on SmackDown.
Fair enough.
But if there's going to be a cash in, the only time to do it would be on this World Heavyweight Championship match.
Right.
Which, like, if LA Knight does it, don't think he's cashing him right away. He's going to milk it for all it's worth.
Yep.
Damian Priest, if he wins it and Finn Balor beats him down, but Seth Rollins retains, I could see that cash in happening.
Right.
Just thinking of all the like different scenarios. Like, I think if there's a cash in, it'll be because Damian Priest wins and then Finn Balor beats him so close, but Seth Rollins still retains, and then Damian Priest comes out and cashes in.
Good. He could. I'm into it.
Or not Damian Priest, but it could be Logan Paul doing that shit too. I just don't want like, of all of the people in this, because now you're getting a field. Like, the field of the Money in the Bank right now is great because it's all of these guys who like have not had this opportunity yet.
Right.
And then you're going to throw Logan Paul in there, and if he's the one that gets that opportunity,
that'll piss you off.
I just feel like that's a kick in the nards. You know what I
Right
mean? Like, you might as well just be Kojima giving the flying elbow to the nards of CM Punk. Like, that's what it is. Except the nards of CM Punk are all of us. Like, it's just a big old FU. It's like, I mean, like, any of those guys.
I'm still blown from Jacob Fatu. I'm still blown by that. Because I want him to come to WWE, and it's not going to happen.
Not at this point. Not after that.
Man.
If that story's true, that's not happening. It wasn't going to happen before, and now it's definitely not happening if that's true. But if Logan Paul wins, the only person winning that Money in the Bank match that I'll be disappointed about is Logan Paul, and I don't know if that's what they're looking for with this. Like, if they want that, because they want him to be that mega heel.
Yeah, they might want him to be that mega heel.
He doesn't need it. Like, he doesn't need to be. He could do that without. He could do it without the briefcase.
I was just thinking about that.
He's already fought. Other than Cody Rhodes, he's fought two of the biggest names already.
Yes, you can't get bigger than Roman Reigns and Seth.
He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. He's like halfway to Brock Lesnar already.
That might be next.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Brock Lesnar just beat the shit out of him.
He'd get his whole shit. He'd fucking Bob. What's the fucking name? Bob Holly him.
Oh my god!
Stiff the fuck out that dude. God damn.
Oh yeah.
Then you got Seth and Finn,
and
we've talked about that already. But like,
yeah, we kind of alluded to those things in the.
It's going to be a good match, you know? Like,
I think so too.
It's going to be a really good match.
I mean, the first Universal title match they had was good.
Yep.
I thought that was a solid match.
And I do like that they're elevating Finn again, you know, even if it's just for a little bit. Like, I do like Finn Balor, so.
There's room to do it now. You know what I mean? Like, now that there's two separate brands again, there's two separate titles, essentially, again. There's room to do it.
Yeah, there sure is. Yeah, this one might go first. You might be right. The main might go first.
It could go first. I think if there's going to be a cash in, the men's Money in the Bank will go first.
Yeah. There's a lot of stories.
If not, I feel like they might start off with this title match.
A lot of stories in this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
A lot of stories.
But that's what makes it exciting.
Yep.
Like, yeah, the Forbidden Door stuff is exciting because it's a lot of dream matchups. It's like a lot of dream booking, fantasy booking type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what really draws people in is these stories and like being invested in those stories. If you're not really invested in the stories, I could see looking at this and being like, all right, whatever. But if you're a fan and you're watching this stuff, like, this is exciting.
It is exciting. Yeah. Well, I'm staying tuned to that on Saturday. Probably will not. I will definitely not watch it at 3. There's no way. But I'll definitely watch that shit later.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely watch that shit later. That or Sunday.
Yeah.
As long as I don't catch anything, I have WWE blocked on my shit. So I go on Instagram, so I don't catch any of there.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. I just stay off to avoid spoilers.
I literally just unfollowed them because I was like, "There's no point." I was like, I'm just gonna catch shit. So I'm trying not to catch it. Yeah. Shout out to Mama Sweats. Her birthday. It will be her birthday by the time this comes out.
Oh, happy birthday!
We went to see The Lion King.
Ooh,
it was nice.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good. It's a good time.
Yeah,
good time at the Kennedy Center. Nice. Yeah, it was good shit. So, yeah, man. I think it's gonna do it for this week.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Go ahead and plug.
Well, I was gonna say just one little quick shout out because there was just one little
shout it out.
Sad tragic thing that happened.
Yes.
Because I'm a New England Patriot fan, this kind of hit a little bit. But Ryan Mallett, R.I.P. It was a very tragic incident.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of details right now as far as like what exactly happened to cause this, but he was found dead after apparently drowning at a Florida beach. What caused it or what happened, it's kind of undetermined at this point. But it's just sad news because it's a dude who's 35 years old. You know what I mean? Like gone too soon.
Yep.
So, and I just remember him being the back up to Tom Brady and having a little bit of a career in the NFL. It's just a tragic thing to happen there. So just wanted to take a little mention of that, give a little RIP to Ryan Mallett there for that little tragedy.
Yeah.
So yeah, but with that, twisting from that from a tragic thing to a pro wrestling tragedy, shall we say? On August the 12th, we have a high tension wrestling show. Well, it's really Wild LLC presenting a Midsummer Nightmare pro wrestling tragedy in Brooklawn, New Jersey. And this is on Saturday, August the 12th, starting at 4 p.m. You can get your tickets now, so make sure you go ahead and either go to www.highteNtionHTW.com/shop, or you can find us on all social media at HightEntionHTW, and you can find the links there to buy your tickets and all that kind of stuff. We're announcing some of the matches and things of that nature as we're getting them from Ethan Wild. He's just kind of letting us know what to put out there, and then we're giving it to you guys. But the one we just announced not that long ago is CC Boost and Max Zero finally having that grudge match, and it looks like it's going to be with some barbed wire. So if anybody is looking for some more hardcore style wrestling stuff, check this out. Midsummer Nightmare, Saturday, August the 12th. It's in the afternoon, so you can still have your Saturday night after it's all said and done. So check us out, Brooklawn, New Jersey, only like 10, 15 minutes away from Philadelphia. So if you're in the Philly area, very, very close. It's literally just like right over the bridge in New Jersey. Very easy to get there. So make sure you check that out and get your tickets as long as they are available. So check that out. And then stay tuned for our social media at High Tension HTW for all the announcements and things of that nature. Because, like I said, as soon as Ethan Wild gets it, we're putting it up there on social media because that was the agreement we had. Because we didn't read the fine print. That's on us for doing that. So this is his time. His company. Yeah, exactly. It's his company's time to, I guess, put on a show.
All right.
Yeah, so follow us at High Tension HTW across all social media, or go to our website, www.hightenctionhtw.com, for more details. You can always follow us at the show here at the Sweatshop Pod across all social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everything. And if you like what we're doing here, make sure you hit that subscribe button to subscribe to the HTW Network YouTube channel for more content. Heard some good things about the banger mid trash episode that we did last week.
Yeah?
So maybe we'll have to revisit that with a different topic, or maybe do a little bit more music in that way. So, you can maybe expect some more of those there. But yeah, check us out at the Sweatshop Pod, 2 P's in that, at the Sweatshop Pod across all social media. You can follow myself at Maestro A. Scott across the board on social media. You can follow my boy over here, Sweats. I pointed the wrong way again. That way. There, boop, 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 right over there. At E. Jacob Music across the board, all social media. And like I said, make sure you follow the HTW Network on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. If you like the videos, give us a like too. If you want to be notified of when we put out more videos like this and other wrestling content or other podcasts, things of that nature, click on that little bell and get that notification going on there. And yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, there's also I keep forgetting to mention this, but there's also Smash Master coming up on July the 2nd. They're coming up on the year anniversary. So shout out to Uncle Masty and Smash Master Wrestling going strong there for a year. Another good friend of the High Tension Network there, part of our little umbrella here. So they got a show coming up on the 2nd as well, and they're doing some great things up there in Northeast PA. So I don't want to forget mentioning them as well up in here. So you can follow them at Smash Master Wrestling, like wrestling, WRASSLIN.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, y'all. From me and the Maestro, we're closing up shop.